Irish, as Emmet is going to begin his West Coast tour here with us at St. William. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is Emmet Cahill.
The first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay, in fields where they lay keeping their sheep on a cold winter's night that was so deep. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. They looked up and saw a star shining in the east beyond them far, and to the earth it gave great light, and so it continued both day and night. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Then let us all with one accord sing heavenly praises to our Lord, who hath made heaven and earth of naught, and with his blood mankind hath bought. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. Noel, 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 born is the King of Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appear. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. come thou root of Jesse's tree, and free thine own from Satan's tyranny, from depths of hell thy people save, and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O disperse the gloomy clouds of the night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to
Well, thank you so much for such a wonderful welcome. It's great to be back in your beautiful parish, your beautiful house of God once again. This beautiful church feels like a parish away from home for me at this stage. I think here in Northern California, and it's great to be here. As Kathy mentioned before I came out, this is the very first concert of our Christmas tour. And I have to say, it is a bit of a surreal experience for an Irishman to wake up in the morning in late November and the sun to be shining. This time of year, we've a lot of darkness hours in Ireland, and it's normally cozying up around the fire and singing a few songs. So it's great to be in the sunshine. I thank you for that. But I've been away from Ireland for a few months now, as Kathy mentioned earlier. I just finished a 55-city tour with Celtic Thunder. So thank the Lord for coffee, because I'm here today and beginning our Christmas tour. And I've been so looking forward to it. I'm always made feel so welcome here at your parish. So I asked it a little bit earlier in the meet and greet, but a little show of hands. Who's here seeing me for the very first time in concert? Wow, pretty much half of the audience. That's great. Well, you're locked in now. It's a lifetime membership. You're part of the club. So you're very welcome. And if you've seen me before, thank you for coming back to see us. We're always thrilled to come back and to start our Christmas tour out here in beautiful California. So I began there with a couple of beautiful Christmas hymns. Of course, the First Noel, that beautiful hymn gives the sense of anticipation of Christmas. And then O Come Emmanuel, which is just such a spiritual, ethereal song. And I always like to bring a little bit of Ireland with me wherever I go. I'm Irish. Did I mention I was Irish? Well, I'm going to sing for you now a beautiful Christmas carol that tells the story of Christmas, the story of Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus, but also the angels and the shepherds waiting in anticipation. We think of Advent, we think of that time of the year when we're waiting for the arrival of our Lord, and the sense of wonder and excitement and hope that we feel around Christmas time. This beautiful Irish song so encapsulates that. It's a song called the Wexford Carol.
Good people, all this Christmas time, consider well and bear in mind what our good God for us has done in sending his beloved Son. With Mary holy we should to God with love this Christmas day. In Bethlehem upon that morn there was a blessed Messiah born. Near Bethlehem did shepherds keep their flocks of lambs and feeding sheep, to whom God's angels did appear, which put the shepherds in great fear. Arise and go, the angel said, to Bethlehem. Be not afraid, for there you'll find this happy morn a princely babe, sweet Jesus born. With thankful hearts and joyful minds, the shepherds went the babe to find, and as God's angels had foretold, they did our Savior Christ behold. Within a manger he was laid, and by his side the Virgin Maid, attending on the Lord of life, who came to earth to end all strife. Good people, all this Christmas time, consider well and bear in mind what our good God for us has done in sending his beloved Son. With Mary holy we should pray to God with love this Christmas day. In Bethlehem upon that morn there was a blessed Messiah born.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. What a beautiful Christmas carol that is. So simple and pure. And as I said, so beautifully tells the story of Christmas, that sense of anticipation. And I'm aware, I think half our audience hasn't seen me in concert before, so a little bit of a getting to know you moment now. I first came to the States back in 2011 with an Irish music group called Celtic Thunder, who I still sing with, who we just finished an 11-week tour. And over that time, I've had the joy of traveling all over America. Believe it or not, folks, I've been to 49 states this stage. So for a man from such a small country, I know how to get around. I've clocked up a few air miles, as they say. And I only have one state left, believe it or not. And we're not too far from it at the moment, actually. So I think we might have to plan next year's concert live from Honolulu. So I can complete my 50 states. I've been meaning to get to Hawaii for a few years now. I can get to, and we have some folks who travel the whole way from Hawaii, believe it or not, and Southern California and all over the place. A lot of people I know have travelled many miles to be here today. And when people often come up to me and they say, Emmet, I flew and I drove 8 hours and I had to ride a donkey to get here and all this sort of thing, they tell me, I came 1,000 miles to see you. I always kind of nicely answer back and say, well, I came the whole way from Ireland, so I always so appreciate if you came from a mile away or 1,000 miles away. It's always such a joy to welcome people and see how much the music means to them. And, over my time touring, one of the great things you get to share with people is music. It's truly the universal language. And from growing up singing in church myself, so many of these Christmas carols I've been singing since I could sit upright, and I'm still singing them to this very day and sharing them with people. But one of the most enjoyable aspects of touring is you get to make friends wherever you go, but you also get to learn new Christmas carols and new songs, even within the Christian faith. And I thought I knew all the sacred hymns because my dad was a music minister in our church, but when I'm coming here to America, I've been given the gift of some beautiful Christmas carols, and I want to continue now with one of those that I learned here a few years ago. It's the very beautiful Gesu, Bambino.
Flowered mid the snows upon a winter night, was born the child, the Christmas rose, the King of love and light. The angels sang, the shepherds sang, the grateful earth rejoiced. And
Yes, so that's a gift I was given from my travels. The gift of a song. And the great thing about that is you can share it with people wherever you go. And I'm always very curious when I come back to a parish, particularly out here on the west coast of the United States. As I said, I've travelled throughout the country and seen so much of your wonderful country, met so many wonderful people. And the interesting thing about America is the fact that it's a collection of people from all over the world. Because long before you were sitting here this afternoon, your ancestors left their homes in far-reaching countries and they came here to the United States to pursue a better life. The emigration story is very much the story of America. And I suppose not least, it's a big part of the Irish story as well, as we know. And there are so many folks here in the United States today who trace their roots back to Ireland. And I suppose one of the main rules about coming to an Irish concert, if you didn't know it already, is that on the afternoon of the performance, the audience is obliged to sing. Did you know that? Some of you didn't read the small print. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. But terms and conditions must apply, and we must follow the rules. So I'm going to get you guys to sing this next song with me. Is that okay?
Yes.
But some of you look terrified now, you're not. We've locked the doors, there's no escaping. But what we'll do is we'll have a little rehearsal of the song before we do it, so you're not caught too unawares. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. I have a feeling you're going to know it, but let's just dive in and see how we do, and we can go from there. So, fingers crossed. Tooraloo-raloo-ra, tooraloo-ra-la. Anybody know it? Tooraloo-raloo-ra. Hush, now don't you cry. Tooraloo-raloo-ra, tooraloo-ra-la, tooraloo-ra-la. That's an Irish lullaby. So, that was okay. It was okay. If I was to give you a score out of 10, it'd probably be 3.5. Can we do it again? I'm a great believer in redemption, ladies and gentlemen. If we do that again, I want you to find that place in your heart. Pretend it's Christmas Day already, and Santa Claus is standing there with the presents, but he won't give them to you until you sing. So we try this once more. Tooraloo-raloo-ra. Let's hear it. Tooraloo-ra-la. We're very quiet over here. Tooraloo-raloo-ra. Hush. Don't you cry. Tooraloo-raloo-ra. Tooraloo-ra-la. Tooraloo-raloo-ra. That's an Irish mother sang a song to me in tones so sweet and low. Just a simple little ditty in her good old Irish way, and I'd give the world if she could sing that song to me this day. Tooraloo-raloo-ra, tooraloo-ra-la. I feel her softly hugging me as when she held me then, and I hear her voice a-humming to me as in days of yore, when she used to rock me fast asleep
outside the cabin door. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. Let's hear it. Tooraloo. Hush, now don't you cry. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. Tooraloo-ra-la. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. That's an Irish lullaby. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. Tooraloo-ra-la. Let's hear it. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. Hush, now don't you cry. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. Tooraloo-ra-la. Tooraloo-ra-loo-ra. That's an Irish lullaby. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We could take you guys on tour with us, I tell you.
Very good.
Very good. See, even the Irish pianist is impressed. Mr. Seamus Brett on the piano, ladies and gentlemen. Or as I call him, the Irish Liberace. He's the human jukebox. He can play anything.
And I definitely flew an awful lot farther than anybody else to be here today.
You did, yeah. Seamus came the whole way from Ireland yesterday, believe it or not. Yeah. So, the great thing about Seamus is there's a little battery pack at the back. You just wind it up for a few hours, and there's about 4, and then you have to just plug him in and recharge him. He's great. He's great. Reusable batteries, very environmentally aware as well. Thank you so much for singing along, folks. And what I just remarked to myself there at the end of that song was the fact that you all had the good grace and candour to allow me the privilege of singing the high note all by myself. I really just, you know how to massage a tenor's ego. It's really great. Thank you very much. I had a feeling you'd know that one. The reason I take out my phone is I have my list on here. You know, also check if my mother's calling me. Just, you know, you don't want to not answer when your mother calls. Honestly, it's you'll hear all about it. So I'm going to continue now with a beautiful winter song, which has its roots in Ireland. I mentioned a Little Bay area, but the emigrant story, and so much of that story has been a big part of my life, because in many ways when I bring these Irish songs with me all over the world and representing the generations that have gone before, there are people here today who trace their roots back to Ireland, and indeed to countries all over the world. And there's a particular song I sing called Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, that tells the story of Ellis Island. And it was written by an Irish songwriter by the name of Brendan Graham, who also wrote a great song known as You Raise Me Up. So he's a great songwriter, and around this time of year I always like to take out this particular song because it's beautiful and pure and simple, and really paints the picture of wintertime, the beauty of nature and the simplicity, and indeed for us at this time of year, bringing it all back to the simplicity and the innocence of a beautiful baby. So this song is called Winter, Fire and Snow.
In winter, fire is beautiful, beautiful like the song. In winter, snow is beautiful, all of the winter long. safely home, riding the tail of the wind. May you always come this safely home in winter, fire, and snow. The day gets dark uneasily, darker and darker still, and you are gone to carnival, and I feel the winter chill. And you, little son, come safely home, riding the tail of the wind. May you always come this safely home in winter, fire, and snow. And you, little son, come safely home, riding the tail of the wind. May you always come this safely home in winter, fire, and snow. In winter, fire is beautiful, beautiful like a song. In winter, snow is beautiful, all of the winter long. All of the winter long. Mary, did you know that your baby would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you've delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm the storms with his hands? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? When you kiss your little You've kissed the face of God. Your baby boy is Lord of all creation. Mary, did you know that your baby boy has come to rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's pearl? sleeping, there came a dream so fair. I stood in old Jerusalem, beside the temple there. I heard the children singing, and ever as they sang, methought the voice of angels from heaven in answer rang. Methought the voice of angels from heaven in answer rang. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, lift up your gates and sing. Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna to your King. And then methought my dream was changed, the streets no longer rang. Hushed to the glad hosannas, the little children sang. The sun grew dark with mystery, the morn was cold and chill, as the shadow of a cross arose upon a lonely hill. As the shadow of a cross arose upon a lonely hill. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, lift up your gates and sing. Hosanna in the highest. Hosanna to your And once again the scene was changed, the earth there seemed to be. I saw the holy city beside the tideless sea. The light of God was on its streets, the gates were opened wide, and all who would might enter, and no one was denied. No need of food
holy city, Jerusalem. And believe it or not, that's the first time myself and Seamus have done that in concert, which is hard to believe. Wonderfully played. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a special request from a dear friend of ours, Kathy Kordsmeyer. So Kathy, I hope you enjoyed that. She sprung that upon us last night at dinner. So we scurried home and looked at it online, but actually myself and Seamus have both performed that piece individually on so many different occasions, and a great addition to the programme, I think. And that particular piece brings back great memories for me, because just last year I performed that at Temple Square in Salt Lake City with the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, which was quite an occasion. We were out in Utah doing some concerts, and it was on a Sunday morning that they asked me to come in and perform with them. We were playing in a place called Grand America, the Grand America Hotel in Salt Lake City, and they had reached out a couple of weeks prior. They heard I was in town, and they were hoping, we had been trying to work it out for a while to coordinate singing with them, and they invited me to their morning service, and it was actually a broadcast to networks all over the world. And now the broadcast, the funny thing is when you look at this stuff online, you're thinking to yourself, oh, that must have been sometime in the evening, and everyone was well warmed up. I had to sing it at 7 in the morning. And I arrived to Temple Square, and with the Tabernacle Choir, they're just so prepared and organized. They have a 100-piece orchestra and 350 singers, so you can imagine the detail and coordination is on a different level than anything I've ever experienced before, even having toured for years in big productions. And so the cameras are all set and ready to go, and there's about 10,000 people in the arena, and they, needless to say, have to do a run through to make sure camera angles are right and everything's sounding fine and all that. And the problem was they asked me to sing both that and Danny Boy with them, but they asked me to do both songs twice before the actual broadcast. So by the time it got to the broadcast, I was looking for an IV somewhere, because I'd had about 4 hours sleep, and but they did me up nicely with makeup, so I looked awake. And I sang Jerusalem, the Holy City with them, and I have to say it was one of those kind of pinch me moments, because from growing up singing in choir and growing up in church, I'd been raised on choral music and had sort of idolized the Tabernacle Choir and that incredible sound that they have, and they travel all over the world performing with various ensembles and artists, and to have been invited to do it was a huge honor. But for the second song that they asked me to do, I'd been down front in front of the orchestra for the first one, and the second one I was up on the platform, and I literally was surrounded by 350 singers, and I cannot tell you how distracting that is. When you're trying to focus and the eyes of the world are on you. But it was, I have to say, it was probably the least nervous I've ever been for performance. Do you ever have a moment in your life that you just felt like you were ready for? Well, that really was a moment I felt I was prepared for and ready for, and really got to just relax and enjoy it, and stayed awake for the whole thing as well. So it was so that song. So Kathy, thank you for requesting that. That song brings back wonderful memories for us. Okay. He's told me what it is without telling me what it is. It's a kind of when you work together for 10 years, this happens. It's like a marriage. He knows what to do before you. It's kind of I'm dreaming tonight of a place I love, reverb, even more than I usually do. And although I know it's a long road back, I promise you
Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only my dreams. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents by the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. If only my
I usually tend to send that song to my mother on about the 22nd of December if she hasn't seen me land back in Ireland yet. It's always a wonderful time of year to spend with your family and friends. And I know you guys obviously just had Thanksgiving, and it's something I'd love to bring to Ireland at some point, is that tradition of just getting together and giving thanks, not having I suppose sometimes you get a little bit distracted at Christmas with the presents and the kind of the commercial side of it, and kind of forget what it's all about. So I think Thanksgiving is that wonderful sort of middle ground of, you're getting together with your family, and it's just a time to be thankful for the blessings in your life. And as I said, I'd love if we have something like that in Ireland. So it's always great to be here for that. Everyone is in a different frame of mind, I think. Obviously, we'd love to be that way every day of the year, but we all get distracted and caught up in the daily busy things that we have going on and the stresses and all that. So I always find, even getting this time of year, the music seems to be able to calm people and put them in a good mood. And that's even just coming from the singer's perspective. So, where are we now? We are. This is where we are. Right. Well, I guess I couldn't come the whole way to California without singing for you maybe the most Christmas song of them all. And I did ask you all to sing a little bit earlier, and it was very good. So I might even give you another opportunity in a few minutes. But I'll give you the signal this time, don't worry. So keep an eye out. Written by Mr. Irving Berlin. I think you know what's going on.
Just like the ones the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Do you know this one? Let's hear it. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children they listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let men their songs employ. Wide fields and woods, rocks, hills and plains. Repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat
ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's been such an enjoyable afternoon to spend with you all. Like, kicking off our Christmas tour here on the West Coast has always been a joy, and it's always so lovely to come back and share this music with you, because I know I can always sense from an audience how much they appreciate the music, and it's obviously been a huge part of my life, but it's a real gift to be able to share it with people and see that it means so much to them. And I was kind of nervous about doing a concert this early, because I thought, you guys are just done with Thanksgiving. Are you ready for Christmas yet? But my problem is, because we don't have Thanksgiving in Ireland, I'm usually ready once Halloween is gone. So I get very excited. So in fairness to Kathy and the whole team here, they were so welcoming in accommodating our date request. It's such a big country to get around, and we want to play in so many places. It's great to work with people who are so understanding and work with us in terms of scheduling and everything else. And thinking ahead to Christmas, I got a voice message from my sister on WhatsApp this morning. The annual "Have you thought about presents for Mom and Dad yet?" So when this happened about this time 12 months ago, we hadn't. I'm kind of renowned for being a bit of a late buyer. I'm a man through and through. Christmas Eve, I'm running around the streets looking for stores to be open to get presents. I'm not a kind of order on Amazon kind of guy. I'm like, pick it up in person. I'm traditional in that way. At least that's what I tell myself. But last year, about a month out from Christmas, my sister had this brainwave. She had this idea of getting my mom and dad a puppy for Christmas. Now, this was great in theory, because I'm away from home most of the time. My mom and dad are empty nesters. My brother lives in London. My sister lives in Mullingar. She has her own place. She's a teacher. So we all living our own busy lives. And Mam retired a few years ago, and they keep rather busy. They're always out cycling and walking and hiking and all that sort of thing. But Laura had this idea about getting them a dog for Christmas. And you know what they say, don't get a puppy for Christmas, because it just depends when people go back to work, etc. So we were kind of on the fence about it. And when I got home around the 22nd of December, we headed about 2 hours south from where we lived to pick up this little cavapoodle puppy. And we got it on video. I arrived into the kitchen. Mom and Dad sort of suspected something, because we were trying to get them to, stay around the house and don't wander off. And, I sent my brother into the house to kind of say to my mom, let's sit down and catch up. I'll make you tea. Sit down. My mom's like, what's going on? So anyway, I arrived into the kitchen with this little tiny puppy, and initially I wasn't sure. When your mother lets a scream out and you're not sure if it's a good scream or a bad scream? And there was a no return policy on the dog. So thankfully, the dog was received with open arms into our house, and a year later, we called her Bonnie, and she's a little cavapoodle dog. And a year later, it's the kids have been forgotten about. Every day I get daily updates of the dog and photos. And she did this today, and I think she'd like this for Christmas. So this dog has become the prized possession in the house. And so when I got the message this morning, my sister sent one voice note saying, think about presents, and then followed up and said, please do not suggest another dog. So I'll have to be a bit more creative this year and come up with something. But I have a few weeks to play around with. I'll get home to Ireland, and I'm taking them to London. I have a performance there on the 21st, my final performance of the year. So they're going to come across and see that. And they actually came out to Boston a few weeks ago. We were performing with Celtic Thunder. I think I mentioned that a bit earlier. And it's always great to bring your family out, to get them to see what you're doing, and in many ways living out your dream. And because they raised me, particularly in church, raised me on sacred music, and I'm always very conscious that it's kind of a full circle moment in life, to all these years later in adulthood, to be kind of sharing the gift that I was given by my family and by my church at home in Ireland. So as I mentioned, it's always so special to come back and share these beautiful hymns and carols with you all. And have you all had a good time this afternoon? I want to say a very, very special thanks to Father Matt for having us back once again. Thank you, Father, for welcoming us. asked him if he wanted to come up and say a few words at the end. He says, "Oh, don't worry about it. They're sick of listening to me," which I very much doubt. But we so appreciate you welcoming us into your community. So, folks, afterwards, we will be over at a reception over here in the parish hall if you'd like to come over and say hello. And I think Kathy told me to stand by the CD table if anyone wants to come up and get a photo or whatever. Please do that. I want to say a dear thanks once again to Miss Kathy Cordsmeyer and to Norm as well. And of course to Ron Pellegrini, who's here as well. He's always welcomes us with open arms. And to our wonderful dancers for their performance as well. So folks, it's been a joy to share the music with you this afternoon. As I said, I'll be over there afterwards. If you'd like to take our music home with you, I'll be signing some Christmas CDs. So don't be shy, come up and say hello. Wishing you all a very happy, safe and blessed holiday season and Christmas. Thank you all once again, and we'll see you soon.
Grateful chorus raise we, let all